Welcome, everyone, and to the Taft City Council Successor Agency joint regular meeting for Tuesday, December 20th, 2016, here at City Council Chambers. Tonight, I'll lead the Pledge of Allegiance, and we have the invocation by Stephen McDaniel with the Revival Worship Center. If you all please rise and take your caps off. We salute our nation's flag. Please put your hand over your heart and pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Reverend McDaniel.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and for the season. We thank you for the gift of your Son, for your love, for the peace that we feel in this city, for God, the security that you've given us here. Lord, we just pray that with gratitude and with humbleness tonight. As there's much business to conduct here today, many decisions to make, we just pray that you would guide and direct our thoughts. Lord, that you would give us the knowledge of the events and the problems that face our city and face our world, but give us also the wisdom with what decisions to make toward those decisions. Father, we humbly thank you, bless you for this city. We ask you to bless us financially, spiritually, bless those that are struggling this Christmas season. Give us compassion for those that are less fortunate. We pray for health, peace, and wisdom, prosperity. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Reverend McDaniel. Madam Clerk, will you take roll call, please?
Mayor Miller.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Nork.
Here.
Councilmember Cryer.
Here.
Councilmember Bryant.
Here.
Councilmember Hill. Here.
All righty. First item on the agenda tonight is a certificate of recommendation for Dr. George Ross. And Councilmember Hill is going to read that for us.
The City of Taft, the State of California, Certificate of Commendation, presented to Dr. George Ross, DVM, in recognition of his years of service to the West Side. Whereas Dr. George Ross graduated from Washington State University Veterinarian School in 1963, and Washington State University has an endowment for radiology set up in his name. And whereas Dr. Ross moved to Taft in December of 1967 and built his current veterinary hospital on Harrison Street in 1982, and has been treating Taft area animals in this same location ever since. And whereas, over the years, he has served as president of both the Kern County Veterinary Medical Association and the Sierra Veterinary Medical Association. And whereas Dr. Ross has a love of nature and the outdoors, enjoying traveling with his family, skiing, and hunting. And whereas he enjoys scuba diving as well as underwater photography, for which he has won several awards for his photos at the Kern County Fair. And whereas Dr. Ross joined the Masons at age 21, has been a member of the Taft Sportsman's Club, Taft Search and Rescue, and is currently a member of the Kern County Search and Rescue Dive Unit. Now, therefore, the City Council of the City of Taft does hereby recognize Dr. Ross not only for his years of achievement and love for experiencing life, but also for his many years of service to the West Side. Dated this 20th day of December, 2016, by Mayor Randy Miller and the City Council. It is a privilege.
You can't just sit there, George. You got to come on up.
Playing Jenga. Over here on this side. Congratulations, sir.
I almost dropped this on support. Come on over here.
We always two do flying over.
I do.
Good to see you. Yeah. Good. Yeah, Mark. Yeah, put your hand on everybody's shoulder.
All right.
Is everybody ready? On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. And we'll do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Would you like to say a few words, George? That podium down there?
Not make this big enough for all of us. Right there, George, careful. I want you to fall down.
No, where's the microphone?
Right here.
He's obviously hadn't been here too many times.
We got some new flags.
Yeah, I see that. Very nice. Crisp and bright blue. I love that.
Well, thank you very much for this honor. It's very nice. I've continued to live in Taft because there's so many nice people here, and that's one of the reasons I moved here. I worked in Bakersfield for several years, and we had a lot of clients from Taft, and they were always really nice people. They loved their animals and were just nice, good people. So I decided Taft didn't have a veterinarian. I decided, well, that's the place for me. I grew up in San Luis Obispo, so I've been making the loop. San Luis Obispo, Pullman, Washington, Bakersfield, Taft, and anyway, Taft's good for me. I feel good. I'm pretty healthy. And that's about it. I'll sit down. The woman behind the man, Joretta, give her all the credit.
Yeah, George. Would you like to say anything?
No, I'm just it's a privilege to honor you tonight. I think about 50 years of service in this town, and I'm just thrilled we could do this for you. I've enjoyed the last few weeks. I've gotten to know you a little bit better, and I've really enjoyed it between going to the Masons that night with you and meeting all your friends. And it's very enjoyable, and I think the city is going to be at a huge loss when the day comes that you retire. So don't do that in any hurry, okay? Thank you.
Dr. Ross, you mentioned that the community was made up of a lot of good people. Well, make no mistake, count yourself as one of them, you and your wife especially. And in many communities like this, the best of us are mirrors of the best of us. And this community, I hope, is a mirror of you because of your heart, your dedication to the community, and obviously to your trade. So congratulations. Don't want to see you take off anytime soon, as Councilwoman Hill said. And I hope we can honor you again in another 50 years.
Sure. Thank you for your service, to our community and stuff. We appreciate it, and thank you.
I mirror all the wonderful things everybody said about you, Dr. Ross. We could stay here all night long and say those things. At some point in time, I think you might even leave, but we don't want that to happen either. So thank you very much, sir.
George, I haven't seen you for a while. You kept my dog alive for 18 years and my cat for 19 years, and I haven't replaced them, so haven't got a chance down. And it's good to see you and good to see you healthy, and we're so grateful for all the years and grateful that you decided to stay in Taft, to live here, not just reside here. So thank you for your service to the community. Enjoy it. It's good to see you again, too. So thank you. We're not going to torture all of you. If some of you would like to leave now, or you can stay for the whole meeting, but we're going to... I know it's all about George, but, well...
We should have tortured them.
There goes the whole crowd.
Wow.
You shouldn't have said that, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, I'd run everybody off.
Wow. You sure knew how to clear a room.
Okay. He's a great guy, and he's very deserving of that little bit of recognition that we could give him, and he's a good doctor. All right, moving on. Item number 2, resolution declaring the results of the November 8, 2016 general municipal election. Mr. Jones.
Thank you, Mayor. California Election Code 10262A states that the election official shall complete a canvass of the votes no later than the 4th Friday after the election. A certification of election was made available Friday, December 2nd, 2016 by the Kern County Clerk. A resolution declaring the results of the November 8th election has been prepared for council's approval. Following adoption of the resolution, the city clerk will proceed with the swearing-in ceremony.
Okay. The recommendation is that I accept a motion to adopt a resolution entitled "A Resolution of the City Council of the City of Taft, California, reciting the fact of the general municipal election held on November 8, 2016, declaring the result and such other matters as provided by law."
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second. Do we have any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you take roll call, please?
Mayor Pro Tem North,
Yes.
Councilmember Cryer,
Yes.
Councilmember Bryant,
Yes.
Councilmember Hill,
Yes.
Mayor Miller.
And that's yes, and that passes on a 5-0 vote. Item number 3, oath of office administered to newly elected officials and selection of mayor and mayor pro tem. Madam Clerk.
Okay. Orchel and Dave, will you meet me down at the podium? And Finn, will you please come up to the podium?
We might state that Councilman Nora and Councilman Cryer got re-elected, and Treasurer Ben ran unopposed. So we're real happy that your guys are back. So here we go.
Nice to be here. Cheers.
Will you please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I state your name.
I state your name. I'm sorry I had to do that. I, Dave Norm,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. All right, thank you.
Here's your certificate.
Oh, are you going to keep that? Oh, how kind. Thank you. I'll get out of here. No, it's your turn.
There's a paycheck in there.
You can raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Orchel Cryer,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support and defend
I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California.
that I take this obligation freely
I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
and as far as the duties about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sign right there. And then I will get you a copy of this. Can you raise your right hand and repeat after me? I state your name.
I, Ben Mangum,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservations
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
that I will something and faithfully
well
and faithfully
discharge the duties
will discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations.
One of my goals this year is to get hearing aids.
Unfortunately, our city clerk, Yvette Mayfield, became ill and could not make the meeting tonight to be sworn in as our city clerk. I was going to have the pleasure of being able to swear her in, so I don't get to do that. But she has to be sworn in by the 23rd, so they're going to do that down here at City Hall. So unfortunately, she's a great city clerk, and Darnell is filling in admirably, so thank you so much. All right, the next thing on the agenda for the oath of office is item number 2, selection of the mayor. Madam Clerk?
Now I will receive nominations for mayor.
Well, I'd like to nominate Mr. Knorr, mayor.
I would second the nomination.
I'll nominate Knorr.
Dave Knorr.
I am honored. Thank
Well,
you.
you have to nominate yourself.
I do.
Or me, or...
I would concur with the rest of the council.
Okay, now we will take a roll call vote for those who would like to support Mr. Knorr as mayor. Councilmember Miller.
Oh, I'm demoted already.
Easy come, easy go.
Can't you at least call him former mayor?
Mayor emeritus.
Yes.
Councilmember Hill.
Yes.
Councilmember Bryant.
Yes.
Councilmember Fryer.
Yes.
And Councilmember Knorr.
Yes, thank you. I will always think of you as Mayor Miller.
Once a mayor, always a mayor.
Or once mayor, then the mayor again.
Neighbor, I thank you all.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Appreciate your vote of confidence. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Back out on the wing. I'll get out here.
The wingman.
Yeah.
Okay, next up would be nominations for Mayor Pro Tem. At this time, I would entertain nominations for Mayor Pro Tem.
I would nominate Renee Hill.
I nominate Josh Bryant.
All right, we have 2. So now we need to take a roll call and see who supports whom.
Mr. Mayor, someone would need a second.
Oh, both of those nominations.
Yes, one or both.
Oh, I see.
I'll second you. Would you second me?
I will second you.
Second each other.
So there we go.
Well, now that was a very pleasant exchange.
It's always the most uncomfortable and confusing part of this thing.
Okay. roll call vote.
Okay. First, we'll have a roll call vote for Councilwoman Renee Hill.
Councilmember Cryer.
Yes.
Councilmember Bryant.
Would it be ungentlemanlike to say no? I will say yes. That would be the gentlemanlike thing to do. It's a title. Yes.
Councilmember Miller.
Well, since he changed his mind, so I will affirm Councilmember Hill.
Mayor Moore.
I will also confirm Councilmember Renee Hill.
Councilmember Cryer.
Hill.
So now we need a roll call.
Sorry about that. My notes are all messed up here.
Not a worry.
Okay, so Councilmember Cryer.
Yes.
Councilmember Bryant.
Who's this for?
Hill.
Yes.
Councilmember Miller.
Yes.
Councilmember Hill.
Yes.
Mayor Nor.
Yes. Your new mayor pro tem would be Councilmember Renee Bitzer Hill. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. That's all official, isn't it? All right, the next item on the agenda, item number 4, the oath of office administered to the newly elected city clerk, we're going to have to skip over because the city clerk is not here.
Wait to the next meeting.
We're just seeing if there's any action. You guys don't need to vote on it?
There's no action.
No action necessary. All right. All right, item number 5, hearing on costs and placement of liens on abated properties. City manager.
Thank you, Mayor Nor. The properties listed below have had nuisances abated. The owners of records have been notified by certified mail and posting on said property in accordance with the City of Taft Municipal Code of the cost incurred during the abatement process. The owners were notified of the time of the public hearing on the cost whereby council would hear any objections to the protests of the property owners and interested parties. Properties abated were 401 Woodrow Street, an abatement cost of $14,222. 609 Woodrow Street with an abatement cost of $1,150. 620 Lucard Street with an abatement cost of $487. And 716 North Street with an abatement cost of $2,711.
Thank you, City Manager Jones. At this time, we'll conduct a hearing regarding a statement of expense. If there's anyone here to speak in support of or against any of these 4 resolutions, you may step forward. Seeing none, I'll close the hearing. At this time, I'd entertain a motion to confirm statement of expenses as submitted and approve resolutions entitled Resolution of the City Council of the City of Taft approving and confirming the cost for the abatement of the nuisance at 401 Woodrow Street, Taft, California, APN number 031-330-12 in the amount of $14,222.93. Do we need to do these individually?
They can be done all together or individually, whichever you prefer, Mr. Mayor.
Well, since nobody spoke either against or for any of them, why don't we do them all at the same time? And then if any council member wants to pull any one, you can do that.
Yes.
Very good.
All right. Secondly, I would entertain a resolution of the City Council of the City of Taft approving and confirming the cost for the abatement of the nuisance at 609 Woodrow Street, Taft, California, APN number 031-350-08 in the amount of $1,150.30. Resolution of the City Council of the City of Taft approving and confirming the cost for the abatement of the nuisance at 620 Lucard Street, Taft, California, APN number 031-260-17 in the amount of $487.96. And finally, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Taft approving and confirming the cost for the abatement of the nuisance at 716 North Street, Taft, California, APN number 031-230-16, in the amount of $2,711.59.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Mayor Pro Tem Hill?
Other than the fact it's outrageous that we have to do it, I understand that we have to do it and it needs to be done, but the fact that property owners don't take care of their property and the amount of $14,000 is outrageous. It's just outrageous.
I believe that
Councilman
was
Bryant.
complete demolition.
Okay, that was going to be the question I had was why is it disproportionately high? And
Yeah,
it's
that was
obviously
I
full
believe that
demolition.
was a complete demolition. I had a asbestos removal because it was a multi-family situation.
Very good. Thank you. That's all. Thank you.
All right. Councilman Cryer.
I wish that people were here to explain themselves and give an opportunity to voice their opposition and all that, but they're not here, so what can I say? Come on. You finish.
Former Mayor Miller.
Council members, okay. Or Randy. It's just that we have to put a lien on these properties, and that's just, too bad, and we won't get reimbursed until either they decide they want to pay that, or if the property is transferred, then we're in line to get our money back. So, but we're trying to do the best we can to clean up property and make it safe for our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Indeed, we have discussed this many times in these council chambers, and it's a shame that we have to continue to do this. Those people out there are fortunate enough to own properties anywhere, for heaven's sakes. A little bit of pride goes a long way. And to ignore that to a point where they become a public nuisance and a safety hazard, and then they have to be dealt with at the city level, is nothing less of pathetic. So shame on them, whoever they are. That's a shame, but we had to do that. We have a motion and a second. May we have a roll call, please?
Mayor Pro Tem Hill,
Yes.
Councilmember Miller,
Yes.
Councilmember Bryant,
Yes.
Councilmember Cryer,
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes, that passes on a 5-0 vote. Thank you. Item number 6, citizen request public comments. This is the time and a place for the general public to address the city council on matters within its jurisdiction. State law prohibits the council from addressing any issue not previously included on the agenda. Council may receive comment and set the matter for a subsequent meeting. Please limit comments to 5 minutes. We have Dr. Kathy Oren from our chamber going to address the council. Good evening, Kathy.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to get to speak to you. I want to...
I beg your pardon, ma'am, but we have to have your name and address for the record.
My name is Kathy Oren. My address is 400 Kern Street in Taft.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's for, we do that to all the newbies that come.
It's been a while. I don't recognize her.
I don't think I've done that in a long time, but I stand corrected. All right. We had a wonderful Christmas parade on December 5th, and I'm happy to say that for those folks who weren't able to attend, it is on Channel 11. Vinny has graciously done that. Our video class at Taft High did the videography, and then Vinny has taken care of making sure that it's up on Channel 11, and it will stay up on Channel 11 different times depending upon how long this august group speaks. It starts after the council meeting, so could be late, you never know. But it will be up for you to view during the holiday season, so we appreciate that. We also had a Santa run last Saturday, and it was our first Santa run, and we had quite a few folks come out and enjoy the chance to run. I don't get it, but there's a lot of people that enjoy that. I want to remind folks that pictures with Santa still are available at the chamber office if you want to get the pictures that were taken in Westside Furniture Store with Santa. Please do that this week.
Quite successful, wasn't it?
Oh my goodness. We probably took 300 pictures.
Wow.
It was incredible. and Mark Fitzsimmons from CTEC at the high school, and the WIOA students helped out, and it was very successful. So I want to thank John Ash. His name just left me. John, who is the manager of the Westside. Atherley, thank you. Westside, manager of Westside Furniture Store. He was wonderful. I wanted to let you know that the chamber is going to be open and closed intermittently during the holiday season, but we will be open January 3rd for the blood bank. Houchin Blood Bank will be there January 3rd at noon. Our next Sit and Sip will be on January 11th, and we'll be back in production like everyone else when kids go back to school January 9th. So thank you. Have a wonderful holiday. Merry Christmas to you. We've enjoyed a wonderful year of working closely with the City of Taft, and we appreciate that, and we want to continue that. So have a restful holiday. Thank you.
Merry Christmas to you too, Dr. Warren. All right, that's all the public comments we have for this evening, so moving forward. Item number 7, council statements, non-action. We'll start with Councilman Miller.
Well, thank you. I just want to say what it was a pleasure to be the mayor of the City of Taft, and for me personally, to be able to be mayor during Oil Dorado was a highlight of my life. I really enjoyed it, and staff down here really helped get a mayor's luncheon, which was very successful, and hopefully that will be a tradition that continues for Oil Dorados to come. I'm kind of going to miss, hey, Mr. Mayor. And I know Dave's been mayor before too, so he knows what I'm talking about. But it's a lot of people go, "You're the mayor? Really?" Yeah. So that was kind of fun because people really regard that position highly, and I hope that I was able to make the citizens of Taft proud, and hopefully I honored the office. So again, I want to thank the council for their trust in me and allowing me to be mayor for these past 2 years. So thank you again. So that's all I have, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mayor.
Councilman Cryer.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to congratulate Kathy Orrin for her election to the college board. You know, she was very humble, not mentioning it right up here, and we want to recognize you for that. And a great job you do at the chamber. And also, I want to thank our former mayor. Great job that you've done for the years I've been on here, and you've been mayor, and so well deserving what you've done, and making Taft a better place and people to reside and all that. And everybody knows the words, but he did an excellent job. Yeah, very excellent. Another thing too, I'd like to thank the people who voted in the election, because your vote counts. Now you have a right to gripe. You can say anything you want, and we'll listen to you. But if you didn't vote, don't say a word, because I'm not going to listen. And another thing too is, there's been a lot of comments. I hadn't really commented at all on Facebook. I really don't even look at Facebook that much, other than once in a while, just everybody happy birthday on there, and wish everybody good luck and all that. But the council, cannot be in the hospital business. It just can't. It's impossible, or not our position to be in one. But we have a Westside Healthcare, and the city and the healthcare district, we work really close together. With the prisons that we have here, we could have gone outside to have our prisoners taken care of from different physicians and stuff, and off-site, and hire another group come in and do it. But we chose to have the Westcare Health District do it. It gives them over $1 million, and that money is being used to better serve our citizens here in Taft. And that's what they're about. And they're doing a really good job. And each year they're putting out more things, a new building. There's a lot of things they're doing in the future, now and in the future. And so, if you have any questions, there's 5 of us up here you can call. I'll be happy to give you my phone number. Just call 809-4634. I'll be happy to answer your questions and stuff if you have any concern, good or bad. I have no problem. I'm not going to mince words. I will answer your questions. Or you can give me on my email. It's orchelk@aol.com. Very simple. And I'll be happy to respond to you. But because some things, without you coming to the meetings and stuff, you never know. I know the papers here, is not really put everything out what we do here, but all of us here on the council wants to hear from you, because we can't respond. When you come and talk to us or respond to us, we can act upon it. We can talk upon ourselves in the city forum, the Biden and the Brown Act. We will respond to you and take care of your needs, and the good and the bad. But that's how, and I also want to do is, it gives me a great pleasure. I have my daughter here, and I have Abby Pappas, over in the corner here. Why don't you come up here? I want to squeeze your hands. Without Abby, I couldn't do half the things I can do right now. She's been really, really good, taking care of everything, and I know I get held later, but my daughter Anastasia, and she came down all the way down from Moore Park, where she works at there in Thousand Oaks, and it's a pleasure for me to have her here. It's a great honor. And it's a great honor to have them both of them here at the same time. It's even better yet. But anyway, that's all I have to say. And another thing too, Christmas. It's a birthday of Christ. It's not just a day of giving things and party for one day. It goes on. You got a whole month of Christmas. The season goes. You follow through the traditions and stuff. It's very exciting. But for one day, it's just more materialism. Look at Christmas as a birthday of Christ and a celebration and his talk and stuff, and spend time with your family, because it could be your last Christmas with them. You never know what could happen ahead. And drive safe, be careful, and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councilman Crowder. Councilman Bryan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I bet I've said my piece in regards to the hospital situation and the fodder on social media. So I don't think I can make it any more clear. My stance and the perspective, my own perspective, and what I believe may be the city's perspective. Someone won't beat that down anymore. But I bet half the people, or hell, 90% of the people who did complain won't realize that the Westside Healthcare District has a board meeting tomorrow or Thursday, December 22nd. I don't believe the time. I know the time offhand. I believe it's about 6 o'clock in the evening. But I think it would be a good opportunity for those folks to go enlighten themselves, to make themselves known if they have a further concern. I do want to wish Mayor Knorr and Councilmember Cryer the best in the remaining 4-year terms from here on out. It's been a pleasure the last 2 years, and I look forward to the next 2 years and hopefully beyond. It's an honor to share the dais with you gentlemen, and also everyone else here, ladies included, especially Mayor Pro Tem Hill. Former Mr. Mayor, I want to say thank you very much for your confidence in the nomination. I hope you understand my position there. And thank you very much. It's an honor to sit on this dais. It's an honor to call myself a council member, and one day hopefully I'll have the honor of being mayor. Until that time comes, my vote counts just the same. I'll be out there pounding the pavement, beating the streets, and doing everything I can to make Taft a better place. And again, I wanted to take the time to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. If you don't celebrate Christmas, Happy whatever the thing is that you celebrate. But for me and mine, Merry Christmas to all. Thank you. That's all I have.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Mayor Pro Tem Hill.
I just want to wish everybody Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. I'm hoping that next year doesn't come quite as fast as this year did, and the older I get, the faster they come, and I'd like it to slow down ever so slightly. And that's it. Merry Christmas.
All right. Thank you. I would like to very publicly thank former Mayor Miller, now Councilman Miller. Of course, he's been the councilman. He's been the mayor a couple of times. And always represented the city. That's just one of the many things he has volunteered. On the hospital board for many, many years. Very involved in the well-being of the health care and just everything that has to do with the quality of life in the city of Taft. If you really want to try to make a difference, get involved. I mean, I applaud everybody who ran in any type of election, whether it was on a national level, state level, or local. You ran, you tried it, you threw your hat in there, good for you. If you didn't do it this time, perhaps you'll do it next time. I will tell you from my own perspective, it's very rewarding. One needn't enrich oneself beyond just the gratitude and the honor of serving the people that you live with. It is truly awe-inspiring. And Mayor Miller, you did a wonderful job representing the people of the city of Taft. I have never heard not one derogatory word regarding your representation. I appreciate everything you did.
Thank you.
For all of us. And a very Merry Christmas to everybody out there. My very best holiday wishes to all of you. Next up, Planning Commission report, item number 8.
Well, congratulations, Mayor Knorr.
Well, thank you very much, sir.
Jerry Livingston, member of the Planning Commission, here to report on our meeting earlier this month. One item came up for review, which was the approval of ABC permit for the bank. They sought an expansion of their permit from just alcohol and wine to include hard liquor. Having no issues, the Planning Commission approved that. And then the other item up on the agenda was setting our schedule for the next year. Anybody actually needs to get a copy of that, I'm sure our Planning Commissioner can get that to you. That's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Next up, department reports. Do we have any department reports this evening? None this evening? All right. City manager statements.
Thank you, Mayor. The only thing I have is just to say Merry Christmas to everybody and hope everyone has a Happy New Year.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. City attorney statements.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll add my second to what the city manager said, and again, congratulations to all of you on your current or ongoing or new roles with the city council. And Merry Christmas to everyone.
Thank you, sir. Future agenda requests. Do we have any future agenda requests this evening?
Nothing for me, sir.
Nothing? Not at this time. All right. And we'll move forward onto the consent calendar, items 13 through 22. All items listed on the consent calendar shall be considered routine and will be enacted by one roll call vote. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the City Council requests specific items to be removed from the consent calendar for separate action. Any item removed from the consent calendar will be considered after regular business items. Are there any items on the consent calendar that any member of the public would like to comment on? Seeing none, are there any items on the consent calendar that any council member would like to remove?
Sir?
Yes. Item 18, please.
Item number 18.
That was 10.
All right. Any others? Seeing none, at this time, I would entertain a motion to approve consent calendar items 13.
I don't want to tell you what to do, but you should read the
Oh, you want me to read them all?
Read them on the agenda.
That's why you were the mayor.
Yeah.
All right. Item number 13 will be the minutes for December 6, 2016 regular meeting. Item number 14, payment of bills, about $446,000 worth. Item number 15, the zoning ordinance amendment 2016-21, the electric vehicle charging stations amendment that was discussed at the last meeting. Item number 16, purchase and installation of equipment for the Police Department 2017 Chevrolet Tahoe PPVs. Item number 17, possible cancellation of the January 3rd, 2017 meeting. Item number 18, elimination of airport committee due to lack of business. Item number 19, purchase of a backup server for the Police Department report management system. Item number 20, purchase of radio equipment for the new Chevrolet Tahoe police vehicles. Item number 21, planning director to attend the American Planning Association's National Planning Conference in New York, New York, May 6th through the 9th of 2017. And item number 22, PlaceWorks consulting agreement for on-call GIS services. Councilman Miller requests that we remove item number 18 from the consent calendar. So at this time, I would entertain a motion to approve consent calendar items 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 19, 20, 21, and 22.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. May we have a roll call, please?
Mayor Pro Tem Hill,
Yes.
Councilmember Miller,
Yes.
Councilmember Bryant,
Yes.
Councilmember Cryer,
Yes.
Mayor Knorr.
Yes, now it passes on a 5-0 vote. Thank you. Item number 18 was requested to be removed by Councilman Miller. Item number 18, elimination of airport committee due to lack of business. City Manager Jones.
Thank you, Mayor. In 1994, the City Council established several standing committees, one of which was the Airport Committee. The responsibilities of the Airport Committee are outlined in the Administrative Policies and Procedures Manual, Section 110. Per policy, the Airport Committee is to meet as needed basis, shall meet at least once in each quarter of the fiscal year. Due to lack of business to be heard, the airport committee has not met since 2010, and therefore eliminating the committee at the time would be prudent. The committee can be reestablished at any time when it is warranted.
Thank you, City Manager Jones. Councilman Miller.
Is it in the way? Is it taking up space? Is it, and it's up, for as far as I'm concerned, it's up to the staff to let us know. It said here that we're supposed to meet quarterly or so. And I know we haven't met for a while, but what does it mean by prudent?
Well, I think the idea was, since the policies and procedures state that we're to have meetings, and we're not having meetings, and no one's brought anything forward that needs to be discussed concerning the airport, we're not following the policies and procedures by not having meetings. And I think it creates extra work, or it could create extra work for the clerk's office, because if we don't have meetings, I believe, since it is a standing council meeting, that we should be sending out cancellation notices, postings, and stuff like that.
Okay.
And it's been caught by our new city clerk that we haven't been following our policy. So her concern is, if we don't have business, that we need to do this at this time until we have business to discuss, then we can reestablish the committee. Therefore, our office won't have to send out cancellation notices, postings, and everything else to stay.
Well, I know Mayor Knorr and I have been very involved in the airport committee, but it hasn't, like, we haven't had any meetings lately. But we had all kinds of sessions. We had community meetings out for it. We're talking about changing the runways or putting a regional airport out somewhere, and all of that's kind of just died. I assume it's probably because of the county budget.
Well, it's. I talked to the airport director, and he said that this airport will never be eligible for any federal funding.
I understand that.
Yeah, so there's no budget to do anything,
but they don't
except for slight maintenance to the existing runway.
But they don't want to close it either. The state doesn't want to close it because it's in the.
They would like to give it away to the city
for $1. Yes.
The county would like to give it away to the city, but we have no business being in the airport business.
All right. It sits right smack in the middle of town too, and so I just don't want us to give up on the airport, or give up on, if we give the airport up, that we have some other plan for a regional airport. And we had talked to one about out on Midway Road or somewhere out in that area, or even the old 11C.
As a suggestion, maybe we can bring it back to reestablish the airport committee and amend the administrative policies and procedures to state that we'll have meetings
as needed
instead of saying they have to be done quarterly.
Yeah, I just didn't want us to give up on the airport. That was my gist of this. I'd like to see us either keep the committee, or we can come back, take it out, revisit it, and put better wording in it as far as.
If we can amend
times.
the policies and procedures, I think it would take care of the staff's issue of the postings and everything, and then we can have meetings as needed.
Okay. Yeah, I was just hoping we're not giving up on the airport. So.
I would actually concur with that request. Like Councilman Miller said, there was a time we spent a great deal of time regarding our little airport there. Runway realignment was a big issue. The fact that we spent a lot of time getting it actually declared a shotgun runway. There are 2 in the entire state of California that have been, and this is one of them, and it has to do with safety reasons. For those of you out there who aren't familiar with it, the gradient that exists on our runway precludes it from getting federal funding, and in order to eliminate the gradient would take millions of cubic yards of dirt, and in order to make it economically viable as far as a commercial runway, if you did not realign it, you would actually have to go over Sandy Creek with the runway. If you can begin to imagine what the EIR would be for that and the costs associated with it. So then we looked at more of a north-south orientation along Midway Valley, and it didn't make a great deal of sense because of where you would have to put the commercial properties on either end. But anyway, like Councilman Miller said, we've looked at it a great deal, and we don't want to give up on it. Obviously, now the county's taking care of it. There's a business that is a part of the city of Taft there, and a lot of people take advantage of it. And those people who come from out of state or out of our city to jump and skydive, they do business in our city, and they bring money to the city. So there's beneficial uses beyond just the hobby of flying. So I agree with what them.
Yeah, well, and we help support getting a FAA report or remember we put in $10,000 or $15,000 because the county didn't have the money at the time, and so we said, well, that airport's important to us. So it was the first phase of the looking at the airport, and I think there was 2 or 3 phases. We never got to number 2, and then the airport's directors changed, and the county, the budget and the 08 hit and everything else. So, but I can understand procedurally why you want to do this. I just don't want staff to give up on the airport. That's all.
The county, that's on county property there. The county owns that, the airport, and they get all the income from the businesses that are there on the airport, so we get no benefit at all on there as far as bringing tourism here and go to our local eateries and stuff. Is there any industrial value to that airport?
I have no idea. I know that the county receives very little money as rental income from it. That airport's more of a burden than it is a profit generator. But as the mayor pointed out, we've met with Skydive Taft. They're bringing people in from out of state, out of the country, and they're working on contracts with out-of-country military people to come in and do some things here. They've had hundreds of people stay at the hotel, so that's the big.
I don't know if you're aware of it. Was anybody aware of the skydive from the outer atmosphere, the Red Bull thing, when that guy free fell, broke the sound barrier? Actually, they did a bunch of their research work right here, so just to make sure that suit worked. So there's been a lot of things done here, and some of them are websites that people don't want to access. But
I was going to say, you mentioned it.
Yeah.
My daughter had, Steam Focus Planet had something to do with the gentleman that was in charge of that.
Indeed.
Yes.
That was quite a deal. So that was part of what took place here at Skydive Taft as well. But like the city manager says, I've been in those meetings, and City Councilman Miller was as well when the director of airports offered to sell us that airport for $1. Mm-hmm. So it's not a great big revenue generator compared to the headache side of things. So.
Is there any acreage in there that we can make a complex there where someone might come here and put a manufacturing business in, or just no value at all in that part of it?
Well, you would have to tell all the people around here that you're going to eliminate a flight line, and that wouldn't go over real well. And then you'd have to do the remediation side of things, and that would be hugely expensive. At this point in time, there's other commercial properties available around the city of Taft that would be much more cost effective to develop before you would remove and remediate that property.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, I believe you have. If you need consensus for the direction coming from Councilman Miller, I would concur with that. That we maintain that committee, but change the language such that we comply.
I'm going to change the motion.
Are we going to?
Yeah, someone should actually state a different motion in lieu of this motion, and we can take a vote on that.
Okay, Councilman Miller.
Can we a vote to take it back to staff to rewrite or
to amend the policy?
Amend the policy to not have quarterly meetings, but have needed meetings. That way, it's still in the books and not bother anything, and won't worry the city clerk.
All right, we have an amended motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. And we have a roll call, please.
Mayor Pro Tem Hill,
Yes.
Councilmember Miller,
Oh, I'm sorry. I got here. I heard a lot better when I was up there. Yes.
Councilmember Bryant?
Yes.
Councilmember Cryer?
Here, yes.
Mayor Nor. Sorry.
Yes, and that passes on a 5-0 vote.
So on the last item, you guys will be choosing.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much. So, item number 23, reorganization of city council committee assignments. The recommendation is a motion to reorganize committees as deemed appropriate. Now, I do not have before me the current lists, and I had printed that. Thank you kindly. Here. Well, no, I mean the list. You have that there. I printed that out. Okay, first off, let's see if we can make this easy. There are those that are currently seated on committees, and let me field those who are on committees that want to get off of the committees they're on. None? Mayor Pro Tem Hill? Councilman Bryant? Councilman?
I'm fine. I'm good.
Former Mayor Miller?
I'd be willing to give up the Finance Committee if somebody wishes to want to be on that.
I would like to stay on the Finance Committee, and as well as those things that I'm serving on at this point in time. So I believe that you, sir, are the alternate on the Finance Committee?
I would like to be the alternate.
I would love to take the spot of.
Okay, so very good then. Councilman Bryant will now be seated on the Finance Committee, and the new alternate for the Finance Committee will be Mayor Pro Tem Hill. All right, beyond that, everybody knows who they are and what they're doing and what they've been
Sure
doing.
you don't want to put Councilman Miller on the airport committee? Kind of fought for that.
No, do we have to change that?
I'm just kidding.
Well, I'm not on it.
No, right now, Dave Nor, Orchard Cryer's the members on the airport committee.
Oh, indeed. Would you like to be on the airport committee?
Well, I griped about it, but, Councilman Bryant.
You are more than welcome to
Prior, if
supersede
you'd
me
like to
there.
remain on it, that's okay with me.
I have no problem being on the airport committee.
So you want to remain on there?
It's pretty lonely on it, though.
Well, since you brought it up, Councilman Miller, then
I'm fine.
I will vacate my seat on the airport committee, and Councilman Miller henceforth will be the other seat on the airport committee. All right?
Wow. Okay, well, if nobody objects, I'll be
Not
glad
at all.
to do that.
All right. So, based on all of that, does everybody feel good about it? I know that doesn't sound like very legal language, but I'm going to do the whole, touchy-feely. All right? Everybody good?
The lawyer pushes back.
Yeah, I know. I'm watching.
We're fine.
Okay, I do believe then that is the sum total of the reorganizations. Is that clear?
Yes.
All right. That being the case, at this time, I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
Holy crap. Motion.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Good evening, everybody, and a very Merry Christmas.